Jamey Caldwell, 1 minute out. I want to talk to you about shooting multiple targets. So when we engage multiple targets, there are some things that we want to take into consideration or practice on the range that's just going to make us more efficient. You know, bottom line, what do we need to do? We need to get our eyes to the next target, get the pistol over there with our sights lined up right, pull the trigger cleanly so that the rounds go exactly where we want. Now, when we have that ideal body position, so, you know, our feet shoulder width apart, I like to have my lead toe a little bit forward, a nice bend in my knees, kind of breaking my waist. All right, my weight is forward. All right, in this position, it allows me to easily and quickly be able to sort of transition from, you know, one target to the next by more or less trying to move mostly from my lower body, so just manipulating my knees. All right, if we think about like the turret on a tank, you know, that turret and the sights stay lined up, right? And then that whole, you know, portion just moves over so everything stays perfectly lined up so we're able to engage that next target, you know, moves over again and engage. We kind of want to do that same thing, but we're utilizing our knees and our lower body to more or less just sort of push us over from one to the other, all right? Another thing to take into consideration is our shoulders and what we're doing with our arms. If you're too stiff in your upper body, you know, you'll notice that when you push out on target, if you're very stiff with everything, your arms are locked up, when you go to snap over to another target, all right, you have all this additional movement before the pistol settles in till we can get a clean and accurate shot. And again, when we move to the next one, the same thing. But if we stay a little bit more relaxed with our shoulders, all right, I have a little bit more of a bend in my knee, you know, as I come out here to one target, and then when I go to snap over to the next one, it's just nice and smooth movement, all right, and the sight settles right into where my eyes are, right? And that leads me into the next talking point, which is our eyes, right? When we're gonna transition and shoot multiple targets, our eyes should be on the target. All right, the focus isn't my dot, the focus isn't my front sight post. All right, the focus is the target. My eyes need to be exactly where the dot or my sights need to go, because anywhere that our eyes go, our hands are gonna follow. All right, and a little thing that I like to do on the range, and you can do this at home, you know, sort of test it out after you've shot a little bit and you've got some brass on the ground, all right, go ahead and get down and start picking up brass. And look, you'll notice that your eyes are looking at the brass as you go and you pick up, right? If you take your eyes and you transition your eyes now to your fingers, all right, picture that being your front sight post, and you try to pick up that brass by staring at your fingers, it's a lot harder to do. All right, so if we keep our eye focus on the target, as soon as our eyes shift over to the next target, the pistol is gonna come in and follow, and then once that dot or that front sight post is in that line of vision and our focus is on the target, all right, that's when we squeeze the trigger and shoot off, and it's gonna be, you know, right where we wanted it to go. All right, so keep the focus down there, all right, nice and smooth and relaxed up here so that our eyes go and the pistol just comes right into our vision. We squeeze the round off, all right, and try to keep a lot of that movement to happen, all right, below our waist as we move from target to target. All right, so those key points should help you be more effective when you're shooting multiple targets. Now let's go ahead and get our eyes and ears on and actually shoot multiple targets to see what that looks like. All right, so there, get that pistol up there, eyes onto the target. Remember, eyes stay on the target. When we shoot, our eyes transition over first, try to get that movement down below. All right, once that dot comes into that line of vision, again, the focus being downrange on the target, shoot 2 rounds nice and clean, went over to the third target, did the same exact thing. So ensure that you practice that on the range. Again, the key is get that vision down there at the threat, because we need to be looking and seeing what that threat is doing.